Alright, so what's good? We back with another video. In this video we're gonna continue our computer desk series. Modeling the computer desk on Blender. Today we're gonna be modeling the mouse, and we're gonna do some other stuff today, so we're gonna be really lit. I know y'all haven't seen my face in a while. My hair is all messed up. Also, if you enjoyed this video, do be sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. So let's get it. Alright, so guys, we in here again for the fourth time. This is the fourth part of the series we gotten so far. This is what we completed so far. We go to render mode. This is what we completed so far. So today we're actually gonna work on the mouse and then figure out what else we can do in this episode. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, I didn't upload yesterday because it was, Mother's Day. So happy belated Mother's Day, if that's even a thing. But let's get it. Alright, so I have an image popped up. No, I'm not looking for a real mouse. That's not what I'm looking for. But I figured we would do this because it's a little more simple, not too advanced like all of this stuff, but like this. I just want to get a simple mouse done, so I think we're gonna do this for now. Okay, so let's get it in. Let me get off of render mode as well. So we made the keyboard in the last episode. If you guys didn't know, that was very, 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 very tiring. But this episode seems like it's gonna be chill. Bike. Right now, but it might not be. But let's just get started. So let's add a plane into the mix. Scale this down and bring it up. This is actually what we're gonna start off with. Alright. So first thing we have to do is get the sizing right. So I'm gonna scale this on the x-axis like this. Scale on the y-axis like that. It should be scaled down a little bit more, the entire thing. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Alright, so we have our base mesh. Now we're gonna actually start extruding and making all the detailed parts. This is my mouse right here. This is gonna be very complicated if we were to do this, but we're just gonna do a simple mouse like that. I'll bring up the picture again if you guys didn't see it right here. So let us extrude. If you guys hear some background noise, that's my household that I'm quarantined with. But yep, let's get this in. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna extrude a little bit up, because as you can see, it has this little part at the bottom. You can't really see the side that much, but you can see it has that little part at the bottom. So I'm just trying to make that indentation right there. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so we have this little indentation. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to create this top part, like extrude up. Bam, right there, that should be good. Okay. Maybe a little bit far up. Yep. Okay. So now what we can do is we can go to modifiers and actually add a subsurface modifier or subdivision surface. That's just the shorter term for it, subsurf. That's what I use, but if you guys are like just getting started with the modifiers, this is called the subdivision surface modifier, and basically what it does is curves surfaces like this, curves a lot of surfaces, and averages out the points so that it's curved, as well as giving it more faces. So yeah, this is what we have. This is looking a bit too curved, as you can see. So what we're gonna do, first of all, expand the detail on this. This should be about 3. There we go. And now we're going to add a loop cut right here and bring this down. So as you guys can see, we have that little part right there that's sharper. And actually, I've just realized that we should make this a curved end. It's like right there, because like mouses, if we go back to the image, you can see that, well, you can't really see anything here.
Wow.
But it has, if we go to other images, it doesn't just end up flat. It kind of curves in and then flattens. So we're going to create that effect. Yeah, so as you can see, we now have this flat end and we still have this curved part of it. So let's get it. Okay, so now we're just gonna look a little bit more on the face, or on the face. On the shape of it. So the front of this mouse is less curved than the back of it. So that should be easy to create. All we're gonna do here is we're gonna create another loop cut and bring it to the front. And as you guys can see, we now have that effect of where the front is less curved than the back. The back still has to be less curved, but not as less. That makes sense. So I don't know what happened there, but okay. So we're going to bring that about right there. And that looks good. Now we're just gonna scale this on the Z-axis, the entire thing, a bit. And I think that this entire bottom part should be curved in. But now just hit scale, scale it down. Same for the top. The top should be a little bit more curved in, so we're just gonna scale that down. And as you guys can see, we have a basic mouse. Now the problem is the mouse is looking a bit boring because it doesn't have a scroll wheel. As you can see, this has a scroll wheel, and it also doesn't have like those 2 separated sides that you can see on the mouse. So what we should actually do is create another loop cut and just bring it in. It's about right there. You might have to add a loop cut down here too, and then take this and move it on the y-axis a little bit, and then take this edge and move it on the y-axis as well. This, I think, is the way that we should do it. We should bring these down. And back. Forgot to turn on clipping. Okay, so now we can bring these back. And we can bring these back on their axis. And then as you can see, we actually have that nice curvature still going, and it's not becoming sharp. So now we can just select these faces and just bring them, extrude them down and bring them back. And let me just add another loop cut here. So basically what I did is I took these back edges, I'll select them for you, these two back edges right here, and I just moved them down, as you can see there. And then I went into X-ray mode and I took this entire part and moved it down as well. So now what you can see is that nice indentation while keeping the nice curvature down, the nice smooth curvature going down there.
One eternity later.
Alright, so it was good, y'all. I think I have officially figured out this problem. I said that to a lot of problems in this video. But so simply, I figured out that these outside edges didn't have to be decreased. All that had to be decreased was these sharp jiggers and these edges right here that go up. Those were the only ones that had to be decreased, but the rest could just be creased. So anyway, we have this nice indentation feeling to the mouse. Why am I acting like an artist now?
Bruh.
So we have the mouse. One other thing is the scroll bar. Oh, scroll bar. Oh my gosh. I think that if we could expand that part of the indentation, that would be the solution. This face along with this face, and just delete the faces. And then let's go to vertice select mode. Let's refill those faces. And what we have created, if we go to X-ray mode, we've created this little space where there is still this nice indentation, but it comes out. And you guys might be wondering, why is this edge problem happening? Well, to fix that, all you have to do is just select these edges. X-ray mode, select these edges, and then apply an edge crease to them. And do that for these top ones also. And these bottom ones. X-ray mode so you get to see more clear. And bam. So now we have this nice hole in the indentation right here. Oh, and also let's fix this just by creasing it. Nope, that didn't do anything. Oh, this right here. Okay, there we go. So now we have that part. for the scroll wheel. It's kind of skewed a little bit, so let's also take these and move on the y-axis, just so it's right there, not skewed looking. Okay, so we're making some progress. We are making some progress, ladies and gentlemen. We'll figure it out in like less than a freaking second. Don't know how, but basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna inset these faces. So just select these two faces and then inset them. Oh, and press B to turn boundaries on, just so that it also applies to the mirror modifier. It applies to everything, so we can just do that and then extrude up to make the scroll wheel. And just put it in place. Okay. And now let's decrease these faces on top. Perfect. So we have ourselves a nice scroll wheel. I don't think we're going to do this upward part or this beveled part, just because I want to keep this video nice and short. And I also want to keep this part of the video short so we can actually get some other stuff done. Right now, let's just go into edit mode on here. Select this. So, and the problem, you guys can probably see the problem with this, but the problem with this is we have two overlapping faces, which is a very, very, very bad problem. So there we go. Yep. Alright, so it looks like we are finally done this episode. Alright, so I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Next episode we're going to actually be working on the actual computer that plugs into the monitor, so we're actually not going to be doing texturing in the next episode. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications again. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let's get it.